Hello everyone, welcome to the Economic Case Studies class. My name is Kanishka Wahidi and I will be your instructor during the summer semester. Today I just want to go quickly through the outline of this course and to give you some basic information how the course is structured and what is expected from you during this semester. So I've opened my course outline in my computer and you can also do so, and we can go through the course outline together. So first of all, the course will be online. So that means that there is no present class because of the COVID situation. And also I will not conduct live sessions. So there will not be any WebEx or Zoom classes. All I will do is I will record videos as like this video that you are seeing now, and I will put it in the Moodle ROM, and then you can watch it at your own convenience. So there will be no online classes like online live classes, but there will be video lectures like this that you can access in Moodle ROM, and you can watch it there, and whenever you have time you can do that. So that's the course is planned that way. So the video material or the course material will be sent to you before the class time. So the official class time is Tuesday from 10 to 12, but I will try to upload videos or send materials either on Monday or Tuesday early. So if you have planned to spend your Tuesday from 10 to 12 for this class, that's completely fine. I will make sure that you have the materials for this week, for each week before the time of the class. So if you want to make your schedule as it is, like it's on Tuesday 10, I will make sure that you have the videos and all materials for this time. So the class will start officially on 13th of April till 13th of July. So the 13th of July will be the last day of the class, and that's also where we will have our final test. I will come and talk about the final test later. Yeah, so most of the contact that you will have will be from my side will be through Moodle ROM. So whatever I want to send to you all, it will be through the Moodle. And if you have any question, any concern whatsoever, you have my email address. It's kanishka.mirwais at the University of Erfurt. So whatever comes to your mind, feel free to drop me an email anytime, and I will be happy to answer to your questions, to your concerns, or whatsoever. So my way of communication with you all will be through Moodle ROM. And once I've uploaded materials, I will send a notification. You will receive an email that I've uploaded the videos or I've uploaded the reading materials. And your way of communication with me, or the way that you could contact me, is basically mostly through the email. So you can just write me an email and I will be happy to reply. I also have my office there. I'm usually in my office, so if you want to meet in person, please write an email and then we can arrange to meet in person if it's necessary. Semester apparat, you can find the book, which is the Manque book I will show you later, um, is also available in the library. So you can search for the book and you can find the book in the library and you can scan it or read it or whatsoever. And I used to put it in the semester apparat, but I'm not sure if it's still there. Okay, so that was the basic information about the course. Now about the course material, about what we will cover during the summer semester. So first, you should note that it's a basic and introductory economic course. So we will deal with basic concept theories of economics during this class. and it's not that much complicated. So we will not be having, for example, calculations, formulas, I don't know, functions, and so on and so forth. It's really basic introduction class. So even if you have never had any economic class, that's completely fine. This course is for you. So you will have a basic introduction to the economics through this course, and um, not only we will discuss the economic concepts, but we will also discuss this in the case in the context of case studies. What I mean by case studies is that uh, once we read the economic concept of it, we will see how that is applied in an actual real life example. So if there is any concept, you will see an actual real life example of it in the book uh, in terms of case studies, and you will see how that concepts actually work. So we will not just be talking about abstract things and concepts, but we will actually also be able to see it in the actual world how it works. So basically that's the idea of making it a case study course rather than just a pure economics, because I'm sure if you don't remember the concept, but if you read the case study, you will come to know and understand, this concept means like that, and that's how it works, and this is the application side of it. So you will be more able to remember that concept as well, and you will be able to see how it is working, not in inside the economic class, but also in the real world situation, like beyond the class. Okay, so it's a basic economic course and it's an introductory economic course. There is no calculation, no mathematics, no statistics involved. And we will also deal and include some case studies, which are like basic real life examples. So you will be able to understand the economic problem and how it is solved in a real life situation. Yeah, so case studies are basically a qualitative way of exploring a problem and finding a solution to it. And the reason is that the real world is more complex. So when there is a problem, it could have economic point of view. So you can see it from the economic point of view, as well as from the political point of view, as well as social point of view. And there are different different sides that you can give to a problem. And if you only have an economic perspective, then you will not be able to fully understand the problem as well and how it is solved. So with the study of case studies, we will explore the economic concept in its given context. So we can see, okay, this part of the problem is from economics, how we can solve it. This problem could be like from a political issue, so we don't deal with that, but at least we know like what are the different aspects of the case and how economics is involved in each case. Okay, so that was about why the course is called case studies, not just economic laws. And this course is basically for students who study international relations. So if you are doing you are at the Staatswissenschaft and you have like specialization in international relations. So this course will really help you to understand economic concepts, not about one specific country, but at the international level. So you will be able to relate to other countries, see how the problems are dealt with in another country in a different context. So it will really widen your horizon of the economic subject as well, and also your problem solving and dealing with the word problem. So that will also add to your skills. And if you're not like a student of economics or international relations, but you are studying anything related to social science, that's completely fine. And if you want to have like a basic flavor of what the economics is all about, so you're welcome, and this course is for you. It's a basic introduction course, and I encourage it to anyone even who's not to do anything with the economics. So it's really an open course for everyone. And also, if you're an international student and you find this course interesting, feel free to join this course. Okay, so I will quickly hold the book, which is called Principle of Economics. It's the 8th edition by Teenage Learning, and the author is uh, Grigory Mankiw. So Mankiw is a very famous economic professor. He is teaching at the Harvard University, and he is a well-known economist in the United States. And the reason that I have chosen this book is first because it's in English, and second because it's very basic English. So you really don't have to struggle with difficult terms and hard English words that you will not find it easy to understand. So it's like really fluent and basic English, and you can deal and understand most of the terms. I don't think like you will need a dictionary to look up for a word that you don't understand. So it's really basic introduction course, and it has been used across the world to teach economics, especially introductory economics. So we will use this book during this course, and each chapter that we will be discussing is basically one chapter from this book. Okay, now I'm coming to the grading part. So what will happen is that we will discuss one chapter in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, we will finish one chapter of the book. Uh, in the first week, I will send you the chapter book. So you will have the reading material. It will be like 15 to 20 pages that you have to read. And then in the second week, I will upload a video explaining that chapter. So in 2 weeks, we will finish one chapter and then we will move to the next chapter. And for each chapter, you will have a short assignment. And that assignment is basically counting for your 40% of marks. So every 2 weeks or for each chapter, there will be a short assignment, and then you have to submit it through Moodle Room, and that will count for 40% of your total marks. So if you regularly do your assignments for each chapter, you will get a passing mark. So as long as you are doing your assignments, you will pass the course. And then at the end of the class, there will be a final test, and that final test counts for 60% of your marks. So 40% from your assignment and 60% from your final test or final exam. Okay, I will explain what the quizzes or the assignment is all about. So at the end of each chapter, there are 6 questions, multiple option questions. You have to read this question and then choose the right answer. So all you have to do is answer to this 6 question, and these are multiple options. So you only say A is the correct answer, B is the correct answer, C or D is the correct answer. And then you upload it to the Moodle page, and then I will see that one. And that's once in 2 weeks. So you have an assignment every 2 weeks, and that is only 6 questions. Once you have done your readings, you will see what are the questions and what are the options, and then you will just quickly, within 5 minutes, you can find the right answer and then submit your assignment. And that will count for your 60% of 40% of your marks. Coming to the final exam is similar to the assignments that you are doing. So in the final exam, you will receive, I don't know, 15 to 20 multiple choice questions, and then you have to select the right answer. Again, it's not you have to do calculations or you have to make you have to write something. It's not that way. It's only you read the question, you understand the concept, you find the right answer, and then you write the correct answer for each question. And basically, if you do assignment, you will get used to it, how the final test will look like, and both of them are quite similar. So these are multiple questions, and then you have to choose one correct answer based on your own understanding. Okay, so I've already covered the grading part. I also talked about final exam, and yeah, the final exam would be either through wise flow. You have been familiar by now with the wise flow and how it works, but it will be like a very basic version of wise flow. So you don't have to have your camera on or microphone or whatsoever, but it's only just that you will be able to submit your questions and answers in the question sheet through the wise flow. So you really don't have to think much about the final exam. I will make sure that you are well prepared for the final exam. And as long as you are doing your assignments, bi-weekly assignments, and you are doing your readings, I'm sure you will get good marks in the final exam. Okay, so I talked about the assignments. It will be online, so I will upload a Moodle assignment page, and there you will upload your answers. Online course material will be provided through Moodle, so you will receive videos, lecture videos, and then you can watch it at your own convenience. So by now I'm sure you are all registered in Moodle round, so that's how you can see this video. And yeah, so all the materials will be shared through you through Moodle. And whenever I upload a video or course material, I will send you an email and notification through Moodle page. And basically, you will only receive one email from me each week, and that's it. Okay, book companion website. So this book also has a online platform where you can exercise, you can take different quizzes, you can also do like extra videos and so on. But that's really optional. So if you really need to work more with this platform of MindTap, I will be happy to help, but that's not part of the course. So this one optional. If you want to use this, you're free to use it. Just contact me and I will provide you with my own username and password for the website, and then you can practice. Okay, so that will bring us to the final part of this introduction video, and that's about the content of the class. So in the content you can see the different dates, which is like the basic weekly plan of the course, and then you will see the main topic of that course. So the first two classes will be this introduction and student registration, and then you will see like two dates, and for each two dates we have one main topic, and that's basically the chapter that we will be discussing during that 2 weeks. And then in case studies, there is one case study that you will receive as part of the reading material, and that will help you basically to see how this economic concept is applied in the real life example. Okay, so I will quickly go through the main topics of this course. So first, our first lecture will be about consumer, producer, and the efficiency of market. Uh, Basically, in this chapter, we will talk about how a market can achieve efficiency, and we will talk about the consumer surplus, producer surplus, and how a market is an efficient way of running an economy. So we will talk about market efficiency and how market system is a better system as compared to other one, and then we will justify that with the consumer surplus and producer surplus concepts. So just a basic introduction, and we will talk more about it during the actual classes. The next topic is about the cost of taxation. Basically, this chapter is all about like if a government imposes a tax on a certain product, what are the cost of these taxes? So you already know like if a government is imposing taxes, so that's basically an extortion in the market. So it's like a burden on the market. A market works perfectly when there is as minimum government intervention as possible. But if the government is coming and they are imposing taxes on certain product, so that's not really good for the market. And we will see what are the costs of uh, a government taxation. And we will use the concept of producer surplus and consumer surplus from the previous chapter, and we will see what are the costs of government taxation. The next topic is about international trade, and we will see how international trade is good for the economy as a whole, not only for your own economy but also for the economy of other countries. So we will talk about international trade and see is it good if a country is involved in international trade, or is it better to basically shut down the international trade with other countries and only produce and consume within the economy of your own country, which is not a good idea, but we will see scientifically why it is the case. And in the case study, we will also talk about the trade agreements and the World Trade Organization. The next topic that we will cover will be about externalities. And so basically the concept of externality is whenever a firm or a company or even an individual, for example, produces something, so it has a cost which is affecting not only the company itself, but also, for example, the climate. It can affect the water, it can pollute the water or whatsoever. So externality is anything that affects a company or an economy beyond its boundaries. And for example, if there is a car production company, of course, it will only consider like, okay, what are my costs, what are my revenue, and they will make the calculation based on these two things. But they hardly consider the damage they do, for example, to the environment, like the pollution that they result that they incur as a result of producing cars. So these are the externalities that these companies are producing, and we will see what are the ways that we can regulate this, or what are the ways to minimize such externalities, and what are the different options and policies that we can, for example, deal with climate change. So that will be the chapter number 5 for this course. Another interesting topic is about the public goods and common resources, and we will talk about it more into detail. So basically there are several goods and services or natural resources which belongs to the government, and we will see different ideas how to deal with such resources. It could be, for example, a natural resource such as oil or minerals or whatsoever, or it could be public good, could be like the climate itself because it belongs to everyone, everyone can use it. And we will see what are the policies around these two topics and how we can make policies, or what are the options for government to make sure like the public goods are used in its proper way, or how to deal with the issues of common resources, and that will be our sixth chapter. And then we will talk about the design of the tax system. And yeah, so as you know, taxation is one of the main sources of income for the government. It could tax either, for example, to generate revenue. So if you're paying, I don't know, consumption taxes, the extra money that you pay as a tax will go to the government, and that will be a source of revenue for government. Um, and it could be also that government want to discourage the production and consumption of such products, for example, of tobacco or cigarette or alcohol. So that's also another reason why government is imposing taxes, to discourage certain behavior. And yeah, so we will talk more about it during this chapter, and that will be basically the seventh or the final chapter. This one we will cover only in 1 week, so make sure that you, if you have time, you can prepare for this in advance. But yeah, you will actually, it will be good that if we start on the last chapter a little bit early because it's only 1 week, but I will make sure that you have the all materials in advance. So just to let you know that the last chapter will be discussed in 1 week. And on the 13th of July, we will have our final exam at the same time as the course is taking place. From it's Tuesday from 10 to 12, and we already talked about the content of the final exam. And yeah, so that's basically a very brief introduction to this class. And yeah, uh, as I mentioned earlier, the main purpose of this class is that you get a basic introduction to economic concepts and see how these economic concepts are put into the work in real life examples in different countries. Yeah, so I hope I have covered most of your questions, or I hope that you have a clear picture of what this course is all about. And yeah, so we will start with the lectures, and you know the outline of the course. And in case you have any question, you can always write me an email, and I will be happy to reply and get back to you. So that was all from my side, and I wish you all the best with this course. And yeah, so take care and see you in the next class. Bye.